Nyla, Sabine, Jalen, Corey, Alexis, Catherine, Adrian, Vanessa, Ryan, Jordan, Gabby, Ayana, Taylor, Michaela. All right, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's ready for the semester to be over. All right, you all. Thank you all so much for being able to set aside some time this evening to join us for this amazing pre-travel conversation in regard. So we are rebranding you all. So next year will no longer be called a conference. It'll be the leadership retreat. Making it focused. We've heard you, we've listened, and so we want to make this an exciting time where we gather all of our scholars together and really have a time, as Lachelle would like to say, to give yourself a reprieve and be engaged with each other and have a great time. I'm super excited because I don't think have anybody, just raise your virtual hand. Have any of you been to Vancouver, Canada? If you've been to Vancouver, raise your hand. Okay, I don't see no hands raised. So it's going to be an exciting time to welcome you all to Cassandra's hometown and most of the team's home, Vancouver, Canada, where we have a lot of things planned. So tonight we're going to spend some time going through, giving a quick overview. Ms. Dory will be guiding the conversation this evening. Dory will introduce herself. You all should be very familiar with Ms. Dory by now. And so we're going to go ahead and kick off and get started with it. So at the end, we will have time for questions and answers. So make sure you're jotting down your questions as we go through this high level overview of the conference and what we have planned for you all. Dory, you have the floor.
Thanks, Corey. So excited to host you guys in Vancouver. I'm the Senior Director of Programs in Canada, and I'm part of the Vancouver team alongside Cassandra, Tanya Slingsby, Norm, Justin. I'm sure most of you have already met the team, so we're excited to host you here in our beautiful city. I know there's been a couple things in the media about just some contentious issues between the US and Canada due to the political climate. Just want to keep everyone assured that you will not experience anything like that up here. Everyone's very welcoming, very kind. It's a very multicultural city, so there's people of all walks of life here, all countries. Everyone's welcoming and polite, so you're gonna just have a great time here. I can assure you that. So we're going to start off. I know this might be the first time some of you have traveled outside of the US. So we're going to talk about a couple tips to help that experience go a little bit more smoothly. So you're going to want to contact your bank and your credit card provider and let them know that you will be traveling to Vancouver during those dates. I've had this happen in the past. If you don't, they may freeze your accounts because they think it's fraudulent activity. Then you won't have access to your funds, and it's a total nightmare to get it undone and can take some time. So give them a call and a heads up ahead of time. You can use US cash here. A lot of places will accept it, and it goes a heck of a lot further than our dollar does. But a lot of places now are cashless due to COVID. So the contactless payments, tap, and that kind of stuff. So make sure you do have a virtual payment accessible for anything that you would want to purchase. You're going to want to inquire with your cell phone carrier as to an international roaming plan. Our Canadian scholars last year had some troubles in LA. They were kind of restricted to only using Wi-Fi, which was a bit of a logistical nightmare. So see what your carrier offers. There's also eSIM apps, you guys are probably aware, that you can download on your phone. If you Google eSIM apps, a bunch of them come up. They're all great. I've used Saley before. Really, really cheap. Gives you a prepaid data plan, really easy and straightforward to use. That way, you don't get home and you have like a $1,200 cell phone bill that you didn't expect. So definitely look into that. We're going to be booking your flights next week, and I'm going to be emailing you today or tomorrow your departure and return cities. If for some reason it's incorrect, like we got it wrong or it's changed for your plans, you need to please let Lachelle or myself know before Monday, just because we don't want to have any changes or anything like that with the flights. You're going to want to download your airline carrier app on your phone, whether it's United or American or whatever airline you'll be traveling on. Upload your itinerary number. That way, you'll have all the information in there. You'll have your boarding pass. If you want to check in 24 hours prior to departure time, you pick your seat, you check your bag, you do all that stuff. It's way easier than like sifting through your emails and trying to find the information. So make sure you have that up on your phone. And then your Uber app, make sure you either update it if you have one or download it and register an account. And the last app we want you to download is WhatsApp. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. It's an international messaging system. The icon, when you go to download it, it's like a green bubble with a phone in it. We're gonna have a group Herrendorf chat, and that way we'll be able to update each other in real time if anyone is missing or lost and doesn't know where everyone else is. It's a great way for us to all keep in contact. So, departure preparation, you're going to have your physical passport on you at the airport. You can't just show a picture and think they'll let you on. You need to have the actual passport. You're going to want to arrive at the airport at least 3 hours prior to your departure time. I know it sounds like overkill, but it can take quite some time with security and check-in when it is an international flight. So it's better just to err on the side of caution. And then just like review their policy, like no prohibited items, obviously no guns, knives, explosives, anything that you're not allowed to have in your bag. You just don't want to have to deal with that at security. So, having said that, when you go through border customs and security, Corey's going to touch on this a bit more at the end just because he has quite a bit of experience traveling to and from Canada. If you happen to have a criminal record or have been charged with any kind of felony, minor offense, and even if you it was like 10 years ago and you think, oh, that's not an issue, it might still be an issue. So I know it's confidential information, but we're going to need you to advise Corey or Lachelle, whoever you're comfortable with, and let them know as soon as possible if this might be something that could affect you. When you are clearing customs, let them know that you're attending an educational conference in Vancouver, BC, 3 nights, 4 days. Be prepared, they might ask you for the address of the hotel, so make sure you have that handy. And then on your return to the US, there's been some talk in the media that they have been searching people's phones. Not entirely sure if that is accurate for everyone, but it might be a possibility. So just be prepared that you will have to present your phone if asked and just answer any questions kindly, politely, and concisely. For transportation, we're going to provide you all with Uber gift cards virtually that you'll be able to load to your accounts. You are responsible to get to and from your departure and return cities, and we're going to take care of the transportation once you arrive in Vancouver and then getting you back to the airport in Vancouver. So you won't need to worry about that. So for the hotel, you guys are staying at the beautiful Westin Bay Shore Hotel. It is gorgeous. It is right on the water. It's right next to Stanley Park. It is newly renovated. It's spectacular. So very excited for you guys to be staying there. You're going to be sharing a two queen bedroom with another scholar. We'll let you know who your roommate is, and you can connect with them if you haven't before. Might make things less awkward when you're actually rooming with them if you've talked to them ahead of time. For clothing, so we're going to be doing a few activities. I'll touch on them in a sec, but we'll quickly go through this. For flights, comfortable and casual, but presentable. There has been issues where people have been denied boarding because they've dressed provocatively or inappropriately. So just make sure that you're wearing something that will be able to get you on the plane. Breakfast will be casual. The first night, you want to do dressy casual. We're going to be walking around a bit before dinner, so you might want to go easy on any crazy heels or anything like that. The next day and the Sunday are both going to be sporty or casual. So just comfortable clothing. You might need a change of clothes for the one day. Extra layers are recommended in case you get chilly. Comfortable shoes, sunglasses, hats, that kind of stuff. The grad dinner on the Saturday is going to be our dressiest affair. It's semi-formal cocktail, so it's going to be similar to what you guys wore the Friday last year in LA. Everyone looked great, so something along those lines is excellent. And then the last night will be a boat cruise, same thing, dressy casual, nothing too fancy, but still looks good and is comfortable. There will be dancing, so shoes that you feel comfortable dancing with is good. So if you break it down, it's two flight outfits, two dressy casual outfits, one semi-formal cocktail, and two casual or sporty casual outfits. I mean, that sounds super easy. I myself will probably take a week to pack that, but hopefully you guys are better at packing than I am. Couple of fashion don'ts, nothing inappropriate, nothing too revealing or short. I think you guys kind of know what that means, so just try to avoid that. So the weather in Vancouver, it's really hard to predict in June. It can be beautiful and summer weather, or it can be freezing cold. You guys use Fahrenheit, so it's around between 59 to 66 degrees Fahrenheit. It can even be warmer than that. It really, really depends. They can't predict the weather here until about 2 to 3 days beforehand, so I'll definitely update you what the weather is going to look like. The one thing you can expect is it's going to rain. Whether it's a little bit of rain or whether it's complete rain the whole time, I don't know. But make sure you pack a rain jacket. If you have like a little cute umbrella, pack that. The hotel has umbrellas, so if you don't want to bring one in your bag, you don't need to. But just expect that you're probably going to get wet here. So we'll go through the schedule quickly. The Friday, everyone's going to potentially arrive in the early afternoon. You're going to come directly to the West End Bayshore Hotel. We're going to have a conference room set up, kind of like we did last year, headquarters. There'll be food there. You can drop your bags, chill out. If your room is ready, you can go to your room. If not, you got to kind of hang around or walk around, do whatever you want to do. We will be leaving the hotel at 5 o'clock. We're going to head over to Granville Island, and I'll touch more on that in a sec, but we're going to explore the Granville Island, and then we're going to have dinner there at the Granville Island Hotel. Super cool, right on the water. We're going to have a private patio and an inside. There'll be fire tables to keep us warm in case it is raining, but it'll all be covered. Really, really, really nice or hotel restaurant to kick things off and just kind of mingle with each other, which will be great. The next day, the Saturday, breakfast will be between 8:30 and 10. It's a buffet. After that, you guys are free to do whatever you want to do. We're going to have interviews set up with Sherrod. We'll let you know what time your interview will be at and what day. But meanwhile, you can go and explore, do whatever you want, sleep in, whatever you feel like doing, as long as you're on the bus at 11:45. So the great thing about Vancouver is that everything is super close. Nothing will be longer than a 20-minute drive on the bus, and we won't be on the bus as much at all, which is great. So we're going to go down to Falls Creek in Vancouver. We're going to have lunch, and then we're going to do dragon boating from 1 to 2:30. It's team paddling, so it's these long, like 20-person canoes, and they're decorated with these dragon heads and tails, and they've got a drummer, and everyone paddles to the beat of the drum. Super cool. Everyone that's ever done it loves it. It's in a very like sheltered little bay, so it's not wavy, it's not scary, it's a shallow water. It's a lot of fun. The scenery is spectacular. There's seals that might come by. It's really, really cool. And we're gonna have a race as well and see who prevails in that one. After that, we'll come back to the hotel. You guys will have some downtime, potential interviews again, and we're gonna have our grad dinner that night. So maybe some people want to spend a little bit more time getting ready. The grad dinner is going to be at our existing youth center, the We Got You Center in downtown Vancouver. It's about 5 minutes from the hotel, so super close. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a really cool affair. We're going to have a formal graduation ceremony. We're going to have music. There'll be dancing, some really cool photo opportunities. So we're excited to host everyone for that. So on the Sunday, breakfast is going to be early, but it's at your discretion. So we're going to give you vouchers It's going to be in the hotel restaurant. You can go and have the buffet there. You have it from 7 until 8:30 to do so. If you don't want to have breakfast, you don't have to, totally on you. As long as you're finished eating by 8:30, we don't care what time you go. We're going to depart for Grouse Mountain at 9. We're going to get up there. It's about a 20-minute drive, and it's beautiful. It's spectacular. The scenery is unparalleled. It's we're gonna kick off the experience. We take a gondola up, and once we get to the top of the mountain, we're all gonna do a First Nations Indigenous experience together, and then an art project that you'll be able to take home as well. After that, we're gonna do a barbecue lunch on the terrace overlooking the city. And then the afternoon will kind of be freeform. There's different shows you can take in at your own leisure. There's like a comedy lumberjack show where like super handsome lumberjacks that do lumberjack things, and there's like birds of prey interaction, there's a grizzly bear habitat, there's ranger talks, there's all sorts of things. So you guys can take that in as you see fit. After that, we're going to go visit the new We Got You Youth Center. So HFF acquired a church actually 2 years ago and are refurbishing it into a two-level youth center to serve underserved kids in Vancouver. So we're going to do a tour of that. It's scheduled to complete in September, so it should be near completion. So really excited for you guys to see that as well. After that, more free time, interviews, and then we're going to end the night with the harbor boat cruise. So the great thing about the boat cruise is that it's like literally out the back of the hotel. So we don't need to take a bus. It's right there. We'll get on the boat. It's like a three-level luxury yacht. We'll do a little tour of the harbor. It is not wavy, I promise. I know Lachelle is not a fan of the wavy boat rides, but it is not wavy. It's very, very sheltered. The boat moves very slow, but we're gonna have like a West Coast dinner. There's going to be a DJ. There's an open air deck where there's dancing. It's all lit up. It's really cool. You'll take in the sunset. And then when we get back to the dock, you guys have the option if you're feeling it, you can stay on the boat and keep dancing, keep partying up until midnight, I believe. And then when you want to leave, the hotel is right there. So super safe. You don't have to worry about getting lost or anything. You guys can go back to your rooms as soon as you're done there. So that's awesome. And then the next day, breakfast in the morning, and then everyone will depart to YVR for their flights. So, like we touched on, Granville Island, it's similar to like Pier 55, I would say, in San Fran. Similar vibe. It's like artisan shops, galleries, street performers, boutiques. Definitely a place like if you want to buy something to take home, that's the place you're going to want to do it. Very, very cool, eclectic vibe. The dragon boating, like we talked about, that's actually the harbor, if you can see the picture of where we're going to be doing it. So it's very, very sheltered, very shallow. You'll have a view of Science World there in the background. Really cool, really fun activity. You're probably going to get wet, so definitely pack a change of clothes. And then, like we said, Grouse Mountain, it's known as the Peak of Vancouver. It is like a premier destination for tourists. It's amazing. Like the views are spectacular. You guys are going to love the photo opportunities. It's phenomenal. So I'm excited to show you guys that. And then our Sunset Harbor Boat Cruise, that's a picture of the boat there. That's the Lionsgate Bridge that we'll be going under. Again, same thing. Scenery is spectacular. Tons of good photo ops. Hopefully the DJ is good and the music is good and the food will be amazing. So we're excited about that. So that's the end of that. Corey is going to touch on the code of conduct now and just kind of expectations and what we want to see from you guys.
All right. None of you are pretty much new to this, particularly if you're an OWL or an HFF scholar. You know you have signed a code of conduct, part of orientation when you became a part of this program. So, in all things, I'll just reiterate and read aloud. Representing Herondura Family Foundation and partner organizations, all HFF scholars are expected to avoid any behavior that brings or may bring HFF or its partners into dispute. This applies during conference hours, outside of the conference, in social situations, and on all online platforms. HFF's code of conduct reinforces a positive climate that promotes responsible citizenship by encouraging appropriate participation in the civic life, physical and digital, of the scholar, partner, and grantee community. Meaning, you are all young adults. And we expect the best of you. We know the names that you are bearing as Oprah scholars and HFF scholars. We know that you are representing more than yourself. So as you travel to and from the United States over to Vancouver, Canada, you are not only representing yourself and your family, but also the organizations that you are a part of. So we just want to reiterate that for anyone that may have thought about doing anything they don't need to be doing, but we know that you all have high expectations of yourself, and we are not slight at all worried about that. So just wanted to reiterate that as part of the foundation. All right. And so, Dory, are we moving? All right. The best time is here. I know a lot of you may have questions, a lot of you may not have questions, but feel free to come off mute or drop in the chat. Miss Lachelle or Dory will read your question aloud, but we would love for you to come off mute and be able to ask any questions that you may have, any concerns. All right, while we wait on that, I want to say, Dory, thank you for going through a well-explained overview of the conference in Vancouver. Um, all right, anytime, any questions? We know Dory did a great job. Okay, let's see. All right. Ken, if your screen name says like your iPhone, if you can just change that out or come off mute and announce yourself just for verification purposes.
Prince Lawrence has a question.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
not so much a question as much as I just want to say that Doriana did a phenomenal job with this presentation. I'm so excited. It's making me a little nostalgic since I've been doing this for about 3 years now, and I'm looking forward to going to Canada for the first time. And I'm sure everyone else can relate too who hasn't been yet.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Prince.
Thank you,
It's
Prince. That's super sweet.
it's a little loud in my background. I'm out to eat for dinner.
All
But
right, we see who you are, DeAndre.
you said what?
I knew it was you, so we know it's DeAndre. All
But
right,
yeah,
thank
no,
you for that.
DeAndre is here, and I'm excited. I can't wait to see everybody. Enjoy.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so it don't seem like we have a lot of questions. We are super excited. All right, we have one from Jalen Johnson. Let's see. I just had a quick clarification. No business outfits. So I would, Dory and Lachelle, if you all want to pivot on that. So thinking about the graduation dinner, I would say that we should be dressed business casual, but not ballroom business. Go ahead, Dory.
I think there's different definitions of what semi-formal looks like. So business is definitely considered semi-formal. Just something more elevated than what you would wear to a business meeting. Definitely something you would wear after a business meeting for like a business event. I think everyone nailed it last year. So just keeping in line with whatever everyone wore for Friday's dinner last year is going to be perfect.
Sounds good. Thanks for that. Any other question?
Is there a color that we should avoid wearing out there?
Oh no, so let me just address that. Thanks for asking that question. This is not the United States, but one of the things I can say, as I visited several times, this has been one of the safest places I've been in my life. So it's it's a very modest country, but you are indeed safe here. Like I've walked around after midnight, and I'll be like, okay, so there is no type of noise. Like we have bits and pieces, but there's none of that. Like Vancouver is very sleek. One of the things I think you all is going to really love Some of you, I know a lot of you have been out the country before, some may have not, but one of the things I enjoy most is how the city of Vancouver illuminates at night. It lights up. Like it's not just regular street lights, but it's like purple and it looks beautiful at night. So if you even Google some pictures, you're gonna be like, wow. But when you see it in person, it's a lot different. So you don't have to worry about I'm not a Crip, I'm not a Blood when red, black, and all of that stuff. This is Vancouver, Canada, so it's way different. How is traveling with cameras? In regards to your cameras, Bria, are you talking about like news journalism cameras, like the big camera, or are you talking about like your personal camera?
Like Polaroids or small digital cameras.
So it'll be the typical same way, just like traveling. If you was going somewhere in the States, packing in your bag, you would probably have to unpack that technology when you get to the airport. But if it's in your big case, you will be fine. If you got it inside of your big luggage, they won't stop anything of that nature. Great question. Any other? Let's see. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, I do want to speak a little bit around the customs. Don't be like extra paranoid. Vancouver has also one of the cleanest airports as well. So when you come through, it's going to be a trek though. It's not like you come out your airport and just walk nearly. You got to take a little walk. You're going to travel a little bit till you get to the area, and then it's going to be like this lit up area where they have you. You're going to walk up to a computer screen. You're going to take a photo. You can't have nothing on your head, anything like that. So you have to take off all hats, any headphones. It's a clear picture, like I'm on this video right now. Even sometimes it prompts you to take off your glasses. But you take a picture. Once you take the picture, you would then print out the sheet. Then you will walk through the customs line. They're going to ask you, why are you here? Your question will be that you're here for a conference, educational conference for 4 days. I've never been asked for like where I'm staying. So if they do ask that, we did prepare you all to have the address so that you can provide that the hotel you'll be staying at where the conference will be taking place. But it's very friendly. And that white sheet that you have in your hand, please continue to hold on to that. So once you get your luggage, you would then exit out of that area and you will hand that white sheet off to the officer that is there. And so it's very friendly. The people are very nice. You get a lot of smiles. And so I would say just being nice and being part of the travel. And so I don't like there's no major thing like I've been there too many times to count now. But it's very it's like a breeze. The breeze is a lot better and nice with those individuals. Any all right, Analani.
Um, so I've been to Victoria, BC before, but I haven't been to Vancouver. Well, I stayed in Vancouver for like a couple hours, with a layover. But I was wondering if like we'll be able to try poutine because that's like Canada's like food. But I tried it and I feel like the place where I got it from wasn't that good. So I'm hoping that maybe we could be able to get like an insider's perspective and be able to try good poutine.
It's a Dory question.
That's a great question. We're actually gonna have that at the graduation dinner. We're gonna have like a poutine station. So it's not gonna be like formal, like stuffy graduation food. It's gonna be fun. It's things that we want you guys to try, and poutine's one of them. So great question.
And I think, do we have any other questions?
It was a question about how long the flight is, and I just responded to Corey about that.
Yep, 2.5 hours from there. And it varies on where you're coming from. So if you all want to do it like a estimate, you can go on Google and put where you're flying from. That's another thing. I think, do we have everybody's location list, Miss Lachelle and Dory?
We
Okay.
do. We're gonna send it out tomorrow and just have everyone verify it and double check.
Yeah, and so
Kennedy said
while
her location has changed.
okay, Kennedy's one. All right, Kennedy, you need to make sure that you reach out to Ms. Dory and Ms. Lachelle to make sure that's updated. So one of the things we're doing differently this year, we are going to share with everyone the location. So if someone's leaving from your city, we trying to book around the same time so that you all can travel together. So the best thing, we also going to share like what cities individuals are flying in from. So like the Chicago contingent, for example, everybody, if you're coming from Chicago, everybody's flying out of O'Hare. And so basically trying to get the contingent of you all to more than likely be on the same flight if possible. And if not, that's fine. But we do want you all to have this travel experience together if it's possible. So we will be sharing across all scholars the flight information.
Corey, can you talk a little bit more about going back across the border, back
Yeah.
into America?
Yeah. So coming back from Canada, you will be prompted to pull out your passport. They're going to ask you, and everybody, your answer is you're going back home. You're leaving from an educational conference and you're heading back to your home. They're going to ask you what is home for you. If you are not flying to your home, but to another city, that's your home for your flight back. So, for example, Kennedy don't live in Boston. If you're flying back to Boston and they say, where you going? You say, I'm heading home, and Boston is your home. So where your destination is from Vancouver, that'll be considered your home as you travel back. And so you would pass that passport to the officer that'll be seated. And that is not an extended walk. So once you come through security from doing the security thing, you will head over immediately to like, depending on most of the time to the right of you, you immediately head over to the United States Customs. They ask you where you headed to, you'll tell them where you headed to, and you're leaving a conference. And so then from there, you'll just head on next to your flight. Any questions in regards to customs? Any questions about international travel? Any clarifying questions on conference schedule? Let's see, Elijah Senior. Elijah, you've been asleep tonight. You could have came off mute. Could you all go over the free time and interview time slots again? I think I missed that part. All right, I will leave that to Lachelle and Dory.
It's going to be on the slideshow that we're sending around. There's a link that Dory just shared in the chat, but we're also going to email it out to you guys, and you can see the visual for all that information.
Cool. So Elijah, actually, if you scroll up and you click on that link, it'll take you to that. So on the calendar, it tells you what's free time. It's a little more free time than usual. So you have time to connect with your scholars, your class, not classmates, but your scholar community mates. Well, consider classmates too. Any other follow-up question? All right. No other follow-up question. One question for you all. How's everybody doing? How's the semester ending out? We need to. Yes, that's a great question. I would recommend that you all do for the graduation dinner, to bring your stoves for pictures. So yes, once you receive your stoves, you've already everybody, yeah. Who would not? Some of you will have already graduated, right?
Mm-hmm. A great deal of them would have.
Okay. I wouldn't say the cap and gown. Now, if you want to do the Prince Lawrence, you are more than welcome to. But you don't, I wouldn't say travel with your cap and gown. But the stalls are doable. I wouldn't say bring your cap and gown.
Let's
Unless you want to do you a Vancouver photo shoot. while you there. That's up to you, but you don't have to. I would definitely say bring your stove though. Go ahead, Lachelle.
Yeah, the stills will be to you guys by next week. Hopefully by the end of the week with no hiccups with shipping. They do need to be ironed or steamed, so just be mindful of that when you receive it. But then also, if you bring it with you to the conference, you'll just need to redo that again. But they should be to y'all by the end of next week.
All right, so we'll take a next little 10 minutes to give a little quick update if you all would like to share out what's been going on. Jalen says so 4 sets of casual clothes with active attire in the mix and 2 sets of business casual. All right, Jalen. Thank you. Thank you, Jalen Loud. Take note of that. Especially because we going on the boat thing with some little water, so you may get kind of wet on the pedal. So definitely a change of clothes for that. All right. Anybody want to give an update of what's going on? Prince Lawrence, you're an alumni. What's going on?
Oh man, yeah, a lot has been going on for me lately. So like ever since I graduated, ooh, it's just been, I've had my first share of challenges, but I've also had a lot of successes as well. So the biggest is getting accepted into the Schwarzman Scholars Program, which is a really big deal. And basically it's this program that allows me to study in China, in Beijing, at Tsinghua University for a full year. Everything is paid for, room and board. I'll be meeting top tier cultural luminaries, business leaders, and other prolific figures and working directly with them. And I was one of the 150 out of about 5,000 that applied to the program that were accepted. So super happy about that. And China's going to be my life for a full year, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Besides that, I've also been keeping up with things going on in my community. For instance, I'm part of the community advisory committee for the Palmdale Sheriff Station, which helps to just establish understanding between the community and the sheriff because there's a lot of misconceptions that civilians have about what law enforcement does, and they may fear them, but we help to clear up any misconceptions about what they do and forge better relationships. And besides that, I've just been studying for my MCAT and just taking care of my business, which relates to artificial intelligence and machine learning that I've been doing a lot as a layperson. And yeah, besides that, life has been pretty great.
Wow, thank you, Prince, for sharing that. Congratulations yet again on that major accomplishment as well. We have another alum in the building, Thaddeus Jones, who is in Spain. What's been going on, Thaddeus?
I had a feeling you were gonna call my name. Not much. It is 2:13 a.m. out here in Spain. I've been out here since about April 8th. I want to say it's a 13-hour flight, so and we're a long time ahead. I have a best friend who plays basketball out here, so we just been kind of looking around, traveling, seeing the sights and everything. But I work. So I just work doing a lot of community stuff, making sure that residents have what they need in my areas. I'm still doing my mentoring. And I'm also just planning out what I'm planning to do with my nonprofit. Because, I filled out all my paperwork. I have my nonprofit in works, so dedicated to helping the homeless and, doing different stuff like that, which I have to connect with Prince on as well. So just doing that and just living and enjoying life because college kind of took a lot out of me, especially being that it was during the pandemic and everything. So that's what I'm up to, just enjoying life after college. So yeah.
Awesome. Love that. Thank you for that update. Any of our seniors want to give updates? Are you done with finals? What's next? Any tips on our scholars that's still maneuvering the space? Let's go, seniors. Give us some updates. Okay, Brea.
Oh.
I'll mute first, then we can go to Jamar and Kennedy. All right.
Um, School is okay. I have a month and 1 day left until graduation. Somehow I still have 2 midterms to do, plus finals. So just pray for me, everyone. But other than that, it's been good. It's very like it's getting a little sad. I don't know. Like I just took graduation pictures. All my friends, like we're just trying to complete that last stretch. So yeah, excited.
Awesome. We definitely praying for you because you always know what we say. We got you. We definitely got you. Let's hear from Jamar.
I'm on the same boat as Bray in terms of just trying to get through these finals. After next Wednesday, I'll be done with all of my coursework and such. But between this Friday, I have my senior day presentation that me and my team have to give to our sponsors and such. Um, Other than that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, either I'm doing a presentation or I'm doing a final exam or both. Monday and Wednesday, I have a presentation and final exam. It's just a lot of high intensity action, I guess I'll say, for 3 days. And then once Thursday hits, my brain will probably be on autopilot for about a week or so. But other than that, I've also had the pleasure of really getting ingrained into a nonprofit that's based in Virginia called Computer Corps. So I've been having some good experiences helping to teach some of the classes. Like just recently, I finished my first 10-week teaching session with them, teaching Google Workspace to older individuals within the DMV area. So I'm going back to teach that course again for the next session. So I'm going to be very excited to kind of update you all on that with the capstone project and so on and so forth. But other than that, I'm still running track and such, and then that's going. It has its ups and downs. I'll say that much. But that's everything I've been up to. I look forward to seeing everybody.
Awesome. Jamar, can you tell, if you would like, can you tell everybody where you're going to work at in the fall?
Oh yeah, so this previous summer, I had the pleasure of interning with Texas Instruments as a product owner. So they liked me, which is good, and they gave me a return offer. So I'm going back this upcoming summer. I'm starting in July for the business operations rotation program for about 3 years in Dallas.
Major. So we're gonna have family in Dallas, y'all. We're gonna pull up to Jamar apartment. He got us. He in Dallas. Thank you for that update, Jamar. Kennedy.
Oh, it's been such a crazy semester and a crazy year. I can't believe we're graduating. It's like less than 40 days. Like we just had like our senior like 40s under 40. We're just like celebrating 40 days like last Thursday. So that's crazy. I guess like service updates, but for like big life updates. Like at the end of the year, I did like the moms fellowship with HFF and moms, and that was like a really big success. Like we created mother mental health kits for mothers in the Harlem community, and we donated them to Harlem Hospital. I did it in collaboration with my sorority. We made about 200 bags, and they really appreciated it. We got a news article. That was pretty cool. Um, yeah, I do a lot of work with my sorority. I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated,
Okay.
and I won a service award like from the region for the work that I did with moms and other nonprofits. I also led us as we won chapter of the year and some other numerous awards for all the service that we've been doing. So there's lots of service to the community, specifically the Harlem community, Columbia, NYU, etc. Really happy that my chapter is being recognized and me individually also recognized for all the work that I'm doing. I'm the president, so it's a lot of things. And we have like new members and they're all my babies and it's stressing me out every day.
How many new members did you bring in?
15.
Oh, okay.
There's like only like 5 fellows, which are like older mentors. So it was a lot.
Oh, wow.
We're having our 103rd anniversary dinner on Saturday and our like 10th annual Easter egg hunt for kids in Harlem on Sunday. So I've been scrambling, preparing that. That's like something that's been on my mind a lot recently. So those are like service activity updates. I'm a leader of our like Black student um, living community house. I named it Black Mecca House. That's like really fun. I just helped us secure like a new, bigger brownstone. So it's like really cool that I'm going to be leaving, like knowing I helped create like this Black community. We have like a cool like house for us. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome.
Those like service updates and then personal updates. I've been doing I've been taking a time off of like my own nonprofit, like everyone's talking about they have nonprofits. I took time off of mine to really focus on grad school. I did like 20 school and fellowship apps. Got to a lot of finalist rounds for a lot of cool fellowship, like Rhodes, Marshall. I got the Kellogg Fellowship at Columbia, which is fun. Study at Oxford, waiting to hear back from Oxford. We'll see. They give that to like 4 graduating seniors, so that's pretty exciting. And for grad school, I just finished my grad school season yesterday. I got into MIT Media Lab, Cornell, and Carnegie Mellon. These are all like the top programs in my discipline of human computer interaction. And I decided to choose Carnegie Mellon. It's like the #1 program in the world for human computer interaction. I'm really excited. And it's like fully funded. I got 2 fellowships for it. So I have like the GEM fellowship that's like sponsored by MIT Lincoln Lab. So that's why I'm going to be in Boston working there this summer so that they'll fund part of my degree. Then I also got the Carnegie Mellon Rails Fellowship, which gives me more money, funding, support, community. So I'm super excited for this next journey. I'll be in Pittsburgh for 5 years. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Kennedy, shout out. Shout out. Look, I'm used to being at places. Y'all ever go to, I know y'all go outside. So whenever you at a club or somewhere and it's something major and they had like boom, boom, I just wanted to play that real quick like a DJ because that's major. Y'all are doing major work and we are so, so proud to support this work that you all are doing. We will be sharing later this year. Owls 3 has been welcomed into the family. And so we will be sharing out about those owls. Owls 2, you all will be in that shout out as well as Owls 1, shouting out the major work that you all are doing. It'll be a press release that talks about all 3 classes and the major things you all are doing as OWL scholars and the HFF scholars and doing just major work. So we are super duper duper proud of all of the work that you all are doing. And one of the things I just want everyone to please stay encouraged during this term or of such a lunatic in office right now. So I'm definitely sending you all shouts out. Shout out to Nyla School, Harvard University for standing up against everything that's going on. So shout out to you all and the work that all of our colleges and universities are doing to stand up in this political climate. And I just want all of you to know that when we say we got you all, we mean that not only in words, but in our actions as a foundation, both Herondor Family Foundation and Oprah Winfrey Charitable Foundation, to ensure that you all are supported, even due to some of the most insane things that we can see happening. So stay walking tall on your college campuses because each and every one of you have earned that space to be on that campus. And you all are definitely doing the due diligence and showing the work and the results that is showing out. So we are super excited to welcome you all to Vancouver, Canada, to really get a reprieve from what's going on in our country and really to celebrate all the amazing things that you all continue to do. Shout out to our scholars that are rising up the ranks as our seniors graduate to continue this momentum and beautiful work. So, with that being said, we are going to come to a close this evening, but thank you all. Keep us posted, share updates. We will be sharing out our newsletter. The newsletter is coming back. It will be shared every quarter, so ensure to keep and Miss Lachelle in tune about what you're doing, making sure you're making your check-ins, you keeping us aware, and we look forward. So if you have any follow-up questions or any concerns as we prepare to take on Vancouver, Canada, please send us emails, give us an update on anything in regards to that. But until then, we are super excited for you all to come to Vancouver. But until then, keep doing what you're doing on your college campuses. Our alums keep doing the work that you are doing. And we're super excited to celebrate you. So, with that being said, we signing off. And 1, 2, 3, we got you. And have a great, great evening, you all. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
You
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Later. See everyone.
Hey.
Bye, guys.
Y'all
Peace.
have a great night.
Yeah, have a nice night.
Get you some sleep, that is.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me twice. I'm about to hit the bed right now.
Definitely.
Thaddeus, I'm so
Appreciate y'all,
jealous.
though. Oh, it's beautiful out here.
I bet.
Beautiful. I'll send you all the pictures.
Yeah, please do. We love to share what you're doing,
All right.
just having a great time in Spain. Definitely.
All right. You all take care.
You too.
All right.